Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. I am, I was painting this morning, and then I was reading about an upcoming exhibition that's going to be at the Heard Museum, and I got myself all, into what I was doing, and so I'm a little late coming here, but I promise I'll make it up to you. Good morning, Sue. How are you this morning? So good, I hope. So good. I am so happy to be back to in my studio, at my art desk. It's the greatest place in the world. I'm sure you have a space that's just the same for you. That's just feels like the best place. I loved being at my dad's house. Don't get me wrong. We had an amazing, I think I was there for 4 days. Let's see. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes, 4 days, and then I left early Monday morning. I am okay. This morning I am good. Good morning, Deb. How are you? So like I said, I'm so happy to be back at my art desk. When you wake up and you have so many ideas in your head, artistic ideas. So that's kind of where I'm feeling this morning. Good morning, Linda. How are you? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you, my friend. Hey, Bag, how are you? Oh my gosh, it's Old Home Week. Yay! Everybody's here. Oh, Deb, that's okay. All right, I hear you, sister. But I would have absolutely sent them to you. I would have. Everybody take a drink. Let's start the day in a hydrated way. So if you're brand new here, if you would like, follow and share Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs with all your artsy friends so that they will like, follow, and share Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I would greatly appreciate that. And then please ask to join Stitch Along with Ann Facebook group and Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. Facebook page and Facebook group are two different things. And for all things Ann and artsy, like Denise's daffodils that I'm going to be playing with today, go to AnnCorbiereScottDesigns.com. And for like art classes and all the like. So I have some daffodils that I hadn't finished. So I thought, well, I could finish those this morning. I just hadn't finished the greenery. And so and I have one on copy. Remember, I did some on copy paper and some on 90-pound watercolor paper. So I'm going to play with those. So I tried something a little different this morning. I did, so these are both on watercolor paper. And I started with a light wash of gouache. Say that 10 times fast. First. I just want to kind of see what I can build from that. And this one, which is on copy paper, I started with a dark wash of gouache. And so, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure it'll all be fine and dandy. I just thought it would be interesting to see where we can go from here. Do you know what I mean? So, I'm going to come in. So I mixed the green gouache that comes in the Caran d'Ache set with, and the green is called Emerald Green. And I mixed it with yellow and white. I have lots of different kind of versions. So I thought, well, let's see what happens when we build upon a lighter color, because we built on darker color on these. So let's see what happens when we build upon a lighter color. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Good morning, Sarah. How are you this morning? So I'm going to get some dark on all of the obvious places, like the places where we know that shadows form, right? This leaf isn't on top of this leaf, so we know this back leaf is going to have some shade on it. So I just put a line, and now I'm just going to flick some color out to kind of denote shadow. And we know that right here is going to be shadowed because the flower is on top, right? And let's do down here. We know this is probably going to be shadowed because we've got an overlap of a lot of things down here. And I started up here and I put the shadow on the left side. So let's continue that pattern. I just read something about that we should take one day a week to kind of have a day of rest, have a there we go. I'm just gonna let that kind of sit and percolate for a minute. Maybe let's do up here. We can have two sources of shade, right? And I will say gouache on watercolor paper is really quite something, because it really it likes to play with the texture of the paper, and it leaves that really cool painterly vibe. Do you see it right there? Where it's almost like a dry brush technique of sorts, I guess. Anyway. Ooh, where's your car show? I just missed the car show in Sault Ste. Marie when I was home with my dad. I love it because, you know what, Deb? You got to just keep playing with it. You got to just keep playing with it. I promise. You'll get... I didn't love it at first either. And I'm not saying I'm madly in love with it just yet, but it's coming. It's coming. I know what you were talking about. Ooh, Grand Rapids. Oh, very cool. Very cool. So anyway, I just read this thing. Oh, I was going to try and find it. Forget it. About, like, that we all need to take that a day to just rest. That it will... it will awaken all kinds of other things in you if you allow yourself that, just that day off, just a lazy day. So Sarah, you are doing fine, sister. You are doing fine. So I'm just gonna, good morning, Lynn. How are you? Hey, Tina, how are you? Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. So I am playing with gouache this morning, and I'm getting a whole different kind of vibe. I mean, I would say that, oh, I'm loving that. That, you know, all of your main painting principles, Deb, are going to hold true with gouache. You know, you're going to shade where you're going to think about your light source. You're going to, I like to do layers of color, you know, that's kind of my thing. So I just did a layer of a lighter wash, and then I did a deeper wash on top, and now I'm going to work on the one that I started with light or dark. So now I'm going to mix these up. So these are just versions of that original emerald green that I added yellow and white to. I think this one is the deeper. Well, they're both about the same, aren't they? Really get those. I feel like I want to add just a little bit. Well, you know what? I could just add from here. Let's do that. Remember, when you're mixing paint, always mix the dark into the light, or you will have 10 pounds of paint, because it's going to take so much lighter color to get to the shade you want, because the dark just absorbs it all. So remember, always dark into light, not light into dark. So I'm just starting to build my layers on this side, build my shadows. I have some ideas of what I want to do with some of these pieces. So I want to paint this gouache. I want to paint that and get that kind of going. And then I have some pieces that I want to fussy cut and just play a little bit. Oh, that's pretty. That's turning out really pretty. Okay, I'm liking that. All right, so set that one aside to dry. Now let's come in with that same lighter green, lighter than the deepest green. There we go. I love that you can put dark on top of, or you can put light on top of dark. I really like that. And I kind of want these to look, you know how sometimes flowers, the leaves on flowers look kind of streaky? I kind of like that vibe. Oh my gosh, I picked so many wildflowers on Sugar Island when I was home. And I didn't take a picture of the bouquet, and the bouquet wilted and whatever. But I did bring home some, I did try to press some of the flowers just in between paper towels till I got home, and then I will put them in my flower press that my cousin Lisa made me. And see, like Queen Anne's lace, that's one of my favorite wildflowers. I had that in my bouquet when I got married because I wanted part of home with me, you know. Oh, I'm loving that. I'm trying to think what other wildflowers I picked. Black-eyed Susans. My mom had those in abundance in her flower beds, and clover, and a couple of flowers that I didn't know the name. I knew the flower, but I didn't know the name, so I did write them down. Of course, I'm not remembering them right off the... Okay. Yes, Linda, absolutely. That's exactly the difference. So, so it kind of goes watercolor, gouache, acrylic, right? So, you can certainly still get watercolor-like vibes from gouache. And that might be, if you're uncomfortable with it, that might be a way to kind of transition. You're just going to grow as an artist by trying new mediums. And, you know, just learning a new thing. I promise. Like, you will continue to grow as an artist. So I'm going to let these all dry. And then I will, so while we're waiting for those to dry, I'm going to fussy cut. I have 3 daffodils. Do I have 3 or 4? 3. That I want to make something with. So let's see. Oh, okay, I need to paint that one too. But let's fussy cut these. And then we'll kind of talk about what we want to build with them. I haven't done a Rolodex card in a long time, and I'm really feeling like I want to do that. So that's one of the things I want to build. I want to build a card, like a regular card. But then I was thinking, what about a postcard? So I just had this, I participated in a postcard exchange with 10 other friends, and holy smokes, was it fun. I have a couple more I need to check my post office box because I've been gone for days, but oh my gosh, like the only criteria was that it had to contain my artwork. It had to contain an Corbiere-Scott Designs product. So, like, it could be an art printable, it could be washi tape, it could be a stamp that I created. Like, Linda used a stamp that I created a really long time ago for a store in Marshall, Michigan called Paper and I. I'm sure you've heard me talk about Audrey, the owner. I just adore her. I just adore her. And her, I did lots of stamps for them. So that's the one that Linda used. That's the artwork that she used. I'll show you. So here is from my friend Susan, and she used the Aunt Judy art printable. And this is from Tessa, and she used my washi tape and pieces from the Rolodex fodder. And here's Linda's with the Michigan stamp that I created, and a hello from one of my very first art printables. This is Carmen's, and she used a banner from one of my art printables from 100 years ago, and she made this patchwork of jelly prints. Do you remember we talked about that? We did that at the retreat, and oh my gosh, we all had so much fun with that technique. Here's Lauren's, and she used the Melissa art printable, and she foiled it, of course, because Lauren's all about foil. And this one is from Peggy, and you see she's got some of my washi tape in the background, and then she created this funky artsy flower that, seriously, I'm so about it. And then she used a stencil, I believe, for Create Joy. She put it on this beautiful painty background. And then this one is Joni's, and she did some, I'm trying to remember the name of this one, with all, it had a whole bunch of swirly roses, like a whole bunch of swirly roses. Anyway, I love that's how you found me. I love that. I love that. And look, that's all it took, Linda, and now we're fast friends. So anyway, I'm really feeling like I wanted to do a Rolodex card again. I just like having those little pieces of artwork out and about in my home. And every now and again, I just kind of flick through it and see, you know, what I've created. And just be inspired. You will inspire yourself. I'm telling you. The more artwork that you have just around your home, if you surround yourself with the things that you've created, you'll be like, oh, next time I could do that on tissue paper, or I could do that with gouache instead of watercolors, or I could do that, you know, on top of a vintage papeterie, or whatever kind of pops in your noggin. And cutting around these little doodads. I think they're called stamen, not doodads, but you know what I mean. That's tricky. There we go. I love that. I'm feeling like I really want to, I think I want to do a little bit of gouache, of green gouache right there. Yes, that's making me all kinds of happy. I'm gonna let that dry. I have a couple of things, you guys, that I'm feeling like I want to experiment with, or I don't know. So I love that I can talk it through with you guys. So I just have a regular card base and a piece of black cardstock. So I thought I could use that. And then I have a piece of this, I'm telling you, keep all of the bits and pieces that you create because we can create more stuff with it, right? So I had taken a whole sheet of vintage papeterie and I had scraped some modeling paste on it. Then I cut it up and I die cut it. Do you see the stitched edge right here? So I felt like that just added like one more layer of something, right? So I thought I could do that as a layer. And then what about that? I'm kind of loving that. I'm kind of loving all of that funky goodness. At first I thought about a smaller one, but now I'm feeling, I like that big impact. Anyway, so that's that. Let's see what else we got. Okay, oh, the other thing I have is I told you I'm really kind of jonesing to make a Rolodex card, right? So I have all of these gold stamps, gold bell stamps. And here's what I'm thinking. What if I covered this whole thing and then I put this on top? Is it too much? I don't know. I don't know. I just thought it might be kind of cool. But I know that because I've got so much of the similar color family, that when I fussy cut this, I need to make sure that I leave like a little bit of a white border, right? so that I have a little bit of contrast between the background and my focal point. Contrast is always good, even if it's something pretty much monochromatic. You want that little bit of contrast. It's going to make your focal point pop just that little bit more. So I hope that you will all consider signing up for my crayon class, Back to Art School 101, which is crayons. Oh my gosh. We're going to make so much cool. Oh my gosh. I'm going to teach you so many techniques, and we're going to make a reference file with those techniques so that you have them always to go back on, and then we're going to make some art pieces utilizing all those techniques that I'm going to share with you. So I'm super excited about that. And that is on my website under featured classes. It's only $25, and I'm telling you, you're going to go away with having crayons in your artsy arsenal from now on. They're going to be a staple that we create with. And then after that class in September, we're going to have Back to Art School 102, and we are going to create with other back to school supplies. I can't wait. I can't wait. I love a creative challenge like that to, that one I cut a little too close. Okay. So this one, I feel like I might want to come back in with my micron and tighten up my line work. Because I painted over everything. Yeah, I'm liking that. And remember, with gouache, I told you, just like watercolor, you can absolutely do mixed media. You can do some mark making if you'd like with a different supply. You can do some pen work. You can use your gel pens. You could use your colored pencils. You can do all the things, right? Last night was book club, and we read the best book, didn't we, Deb? Oh my gosh, it was so good. It's called The Women. I talked about it here, I think, just before I went to Michigan, by Kristen Hanna, who is just this amazing historical fiction writer. Anyway, she wrote this book about Vietnam, and oh my gosh, it was, and the women who served in Vietnam. It was just stupendous. You know what? I think I'm gonna do that gouache on the ends of here. I'm gonna pick that kind of that middle green. I think that's what I did for the other daffodil. Then I can play, do you know what I mean? If I want to make it more or less. Okay. Oh, everybody take a drink. So now I'm wondering if I should cover the entire Rolodex in these, or if I should, I don't know. There's something about them. I don't know. Let's peel some off and see. I could just cut this, but look, I've got a whole bunch on the other side too, so I don't want to, you know I don't like to waste. Good morning, Joni. How are you this morning? So good, I hope. So good. So let's just start to peel these away. And this might be better because we'll get that little bit of white coming through the perforation. That might be kind of cool. Okay, that, and then this on top. What do you think? I'm kind of liking it. I think that does lighten it a bit by putting the, yes. Okay, let's find some glue. What glue would I like to use? I'm thinking a glue stick. I know they're kind of messy, but... And I just got these from Target. See what happens. It's a disappearing purple. Oh, I should just put it up on the tippity top where I've got some okay, what did you say, Sue? Just a sec. Let me start with this. If you soak the stamps in water, they will come off the paper they are on. Oh, all right. So like an envelope. My dad thinks I'm nuts because I pick through his mail every time I go back there. He was going to throw away a perfectly good blue blue security envelope. I said, Dad, you can't throw that away. I could make art with that. He just laughed. But I took that envelope and some stamps that were on some of his other mail. Okay. Kind of digging this, you guys. I'm kind of digging it. Like, I'm okay if some of them kind of rip, because I think that's going to kind of give me some cool definition. Do you know what I mean? I think that might be, or if some of them are, like, torn at the perforation, I feel like that might be cool. Stop it. Has anybody been watching the Great Pottery Throwdown? Oh my gosh. I'm just in love with that show. I think because I feel like it's made by the same people who do the Great British Bake Off. And all of that is creativity, right? So you're going to be inspired with creativity, whatever you watch. Like I saw, remember I told you I was late for class today because I was dilly-dallying. That's what my mom used to say. Quit dilly-dallying. Because I was reading this about this new exhibit that's at the Heard Museum, and it's called Art and Soul, Soul, and it is all tennis shoes that are painted. I think they're all tennis shoes, but they're all painted, beaded, or styled by more than a dozen native artists. So, you know I'm going to see that. I gotta go see that. I gotta go see that. I can't wait. So that's what I was reading when I should have been in class. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Yes. I just feel like this is going to be so amazing. Isn't it funny how sometimes you just get these big ideas and then you just got to follow it through? I was reading this other thing about how we save lots of ideas on Pinterest or Instagram or whatever, and that we need to spend just as much time playing with those techniques that we see as we do just gathering the inspiration, like putting it into practice. That's going to make such a huge difference in our creativity. I told you, just like playing with a new medium, you will grow as an artist. Also, playing with new techniques, you know? Holy tamale, look at my gluey desk. And I don't see any... Oh, I do have Clorox wipes behind me. That's what I have found works the best for just cleaning up that mess. Okay. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Look at that. Come on. I'm loving it so much. Now let's trim it. And you know I can't waste anything. So I'm going to use all these little bits of stamp. Okay, smush that down, smush it down, smush it down. Okay, trim that. And then I have these little bits and bobs. There's one like that. I might throw away. This is how my brain works, I swear. So as I'm trimming this Rolodex card, I'm already thinking of what I want to do with those. And I'll show you. So that just needs to dry a little minute. But in my art journal, after class last week, I took all of the leftover gouache. I told you I can't waste. I cannot. It makes me mad. Like mad like crazy, not mad like furious. Anyway, I took all of that leftover gouache because as Tammy knows, I always say, do not waste color. I can't waste it. So here's what I did. So I took all of that leftover color and I created this, right? So let me scoot in. Okay, so I've created this streaky kind of vibe, right? Just with all of those colors. Now, what if I do this? Right? I have all these bits of stamp that I could tear this one. Right? This one the same. I know, it's Lynn. As soon as I did, I was like, I just wanted to use up the color. And so some of it was kind of washy, and I didn't care. Like, I just put it down however it was, right? So I did, like, some of it was, like I said, some of it was watery, some of it was not, some of it wasn't diluted at all. I just wanted all of that, use up all of that color on a page in my art journal. Scoot that over just a little bit. It does look a little bit like wood, doesn't it? I'm just in love with it. I want that one to really pop, so I put it right on that lightest brush stroke. Oh my gosh, that's making me so happy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need one more little piece. So we have odd numbers of stamp. Oh, this one's coming right off. Okay. So let's we could just do some single stamps. That might be cool. I do too, Lynn. Don't you love when it just kind of... I told you, August is all about yellow. So... this is a cool... I just really wanted to celebrate yellow. I just felt like... not that I don't still have dark days, you guys. I do. But I'm feeling... at least right now, I'm feeling a bit more hopeful and light. Okay. And we will visit this page again on Thursday. We will build some more on this on Thursday. Stop it! I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Oh. I wanted to share something with you that I got in the mail. Well, I ordered it. Whatever. You can absolutely watch us on replay anytime you want, Michelle. That's the beauty, right? Okay, so I saw these paints. Yes, I know, more paint. I saw these paints on Instagram, and a couple of I haven't seen anyone use them yet, but I saw them and that's what we're doing, Lynn. Every month is a different color. I saw them advertised, so I thought I'm going to give them a try. So this is what they are. They are called Art of Soul, The Art of Soul, and they're watercolor paint made with soil. So Art of Soil, sorry. So I bought the Vibrant set. Does that surprise anyone? No. But I thought, let's swatch them. So, I've already done my thingy here. I need to put a drop of water on each one. The colors are so beautiful. So they say that you can remove them from the card by adding a drop of water, and it'll just pop off. And so, but they're okay on the card as far as I'm concerned. But I thought while that is activating, we could write the names of the colors. There are 12 colors, right? So let's do, I don't know, I was feeling kind of fancy this morning. Let's do some swatching. It's so funny. I was telling the girls in book club last night, when Desiree was here, remember I told you we bought this giant pack of crayons? And so I made her swatch them all. She wasn't happy about that. But I said, I promise you'll be happy later on that you have a reference. Like, what pinks could go with this? You know what I mean? I love my swatch book. And these don't have to be perfect or anything. I just want some division. So we want 3 sections. I flew home today and Jeff flew out this morning. Is that insane? That's an insane life. Crazy. Okay. Stop it. Oh, I wanted to put the names of every color. So this one is Flora. Isn't that a pretty name? False Cinnabar. So I'm going to do Cinnabar first. I'm anxious to see once the water has become incorporated, what they look a bit opaque to me, so I'm curious how they're going to swatch. So let's just do 3 so you can kind of get the idea. So I'm going to wet my brush. Let's do some flora. Really work that water into that color, into that pigment that's made with soil. Let's get some color down. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So I will paint something with them later. Okay, let's do false cinnabar. Wonder why it's false. The colors are named such cool names. This is DMW yellow. This one, deceptively green blue. I thought that was funny. Isn't that something? Oh, I'm really liking that. And then we'll do sunset. So they have lots of different sets, different collections of colors. So pretty. Okay, I'm loving that. And I will continue to build this swatch, and I'll share it with you on Thursday. Let's set that aside to dry. Set these aside up there on the book. Okay. So I did. Let's see. Kind of digging that. And that's copy paper. And I have, right here, I have the Sentiment by William Wordsworth. How cool is that? Kind of figuring it out as I go here, you guys. Like how I want to trim this. At first I was like, do I want to make his name a separate piece? I don't know. Let's try it all one and see what we get. What if I do trim it off and his name is separate? Then I've got 2 little pieces that I can kind of fiddle and play with. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I think I like that better. What do you guys think? That seems fabulous to me. Oh, let's see. A comfort book. Let's open to something. A few don'ts. Don't envy things you wouldn't actually want. Don't absorb criticism from people you wouldn't go to for advice. Oh, that's a big one. Don't fear missing parties you probably want to leave. Don't worry about fitting in. Be your own tribe. Don't argue with people who will never understand you. Don't believe anyone has it all figured out. Don't imagine there is any amount of money or success or fame that could insulate you from pain. Don't think there is a type of face or job or relationship that safeguards happiness. Don't say yes to things you wish you had the confidence to say no to. Don't worry if you do. That was good, wasn't it? Look, I think I might need to write those down in my journal. That was a really good one. We were talking in book club last night about how we can read those same, not segments. I can't think of the word I'm thinking of right. But we can read those same passages repeatedly and almost kind of get a different something out of them each time. Isn't that a weird thing? Like that the universe just kind of knows what you need, you know? And it just somehow, you know what if we put a little washi on here? I don't know. Let's see. Let's just see. Like maybe that, like it just needed one more layer. Yeah, I think so. I know I'm running over, but I started a little late, so I guess we'll take it a couple minutes late, if that's all right with all of you. I was feeling really, I don't know, kind of artsy and inspired, and do you know what I mean? All the things this morning. All right, let's do that. I know I want this kind of hugging, that opening there, that kind of, I don't know, that seemed kind of fun to me this morning. And I would have it overhang, but it's copy paper, so I'm afraid it'll get all cruddy. Do you know what I mean? Okay. And then my heart, with pleasure, fills and dances with the daffodils. Come on. How gorgeous is that turn of phrase? I just love it. Okay. Stop it! Ooh, I'm loving that one. Don't you love when something kind of comes out how you kind of saw it in your head? I just knew I wanted to use those stamps. I just knew it. And I think that is, what a celebration of daffodils and yellow, right? Come on. Like maybe something needs to be up here. I don't know. Hi, Rosemary. How are you this morning? You know what? But here's the beauty. Rosemary, you can tune in. You can rewatch it on the replay any old time you want. Any old time you want. Yeah, I was just feeling something this morning. I was just feeling myself, as the kids say. So, there we go. I'm thinking maybe if I, like a something. What do you think about that as a tab? Oh, or I think I have some yellow ones, or maybe even an orange one in this box of tricks. Let's see what we got. Oh, I have an orange one. There might be yellow in here too. Yep, there's a yellow. Save those bread tags. Okay, there's white. There's yellow. I like this one because it's a heart. What do you think? Let's see, what? I wonder if art glitter glue will hold that on there. Let's see. I don't know. We'll try it, and if it doesn't, then we'll use something else. I want that just above, so that little heart is just above. Stop it! Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Let's wipe that. Glue globs. It does dry clear, so that doesn't really matter. So, look at that. You guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my golly. I love it so much. So, it did need a heart. You're right, Lynn. And look it. Now we have one. Ta-da! Look at that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yep. I love it. And I was just feeling the need for a Rolodex card today. So, you will see this on social media later on today, I'm sure. Go out and make it a terrific Tuesday. Make something artsy. Paint some daffodils. Play with your gouache. Play with a new medium. Whatever kind of tickles your artsy fancy. Go check out The Art of Soil. See what you think. I will put it through its paces. Probably this week and then next week. Just, I like to really, really use stuff and see where things kind of go. Anyway, go out and make it a terrific Tuesday. And I will see you tomorrow in Stitch Along with Anne over in the Stitch Along with Anne Facebook group, where I will be continuing to embroider Christmas, the nativity scenes that I drew. So I'm so excited about that. I adore you all. I am so grateful for you just coming and spending time with me. It just means the world. Thank you so, so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.